Hey, it's me, Kyle, from the Books and Boards YouTube channel. I sell used board games on eBay, used board games and board game pieces on eBay with my dad and my wife. Today is a sourcing day for me, so I just dropped my daughter off with grandma, and I am off. I'm gonna try to hit 8 stores today, kind of going around the Twin Cities here. Mostly Goodwills and a few Salvation Armies. My goal today is 80 games. I'd like to have 80 games. That's about 10 per store. I think that's a pretty good average to have. So hopefully it is a good day. All right, the first store was a bit of a bust. Not a bit of a bust. It was a bust. There was nothing there. They hardly had any games. Toys were kind of pitiful. And I even looked for some of the seasonal village pieces and Halloween stuff, and they didn't really have much for that either. So yeah, it's on to the next store. All right, found a few things at this store. Found some of our typical Monopolies and Game of Life and whatnot. There's a Moods in there, which does pretty well for us. And then I also found some It's a Wonderful Life ornaments. I think I mentioned it in quite a few videos back that we opened up a second store, and we're selling some seasonal stuff there right now, primarily Christmas Village houses and accessories and things like that. But like a week or two ago, we found some It's a Wonderful Life houses, Christmas Village houses, that go for pretty good money. So when I saw these ornaments that was the same movie, same brand, I started looking them up, and yeah, people are paying good money for these, and they were only $4. So I'm hoping that we can sell them for 30 or plus. Anyway, so yeah, found quite a few of those, so that made the trip worthwhile, hopefully. On to the next store. I forgot to mention how many units I got at the last store. Like I said, the first store was 0, big goose egg. But the last store, between the ornaments and the games, it ended up being 13 units. So today I'm not worried about 80 games so much as just getting 80 units to sell. So 13, let's see how many I get here. All right, not too bad here. We got 10 games, actually 9 games and a toy, or an action figure. I'll take that. Most of them are just kind of the standard, some Scrabbles, Game of Life. Those are pretty standard for us. That Flux card game, those are worth looking up. Most of them are not going for much, but every now and then you come across one that's worth picking up. This one's going for like 15 to 20. It was only $1.99, so 15 to 20 plus shipping. So I decided to pick it up. Those usually sell pretty quickly. So yeah, so I'm up to 23 units now. So on to the next store. All right, a few things from this store. I think like 4 games, and then a couple toys, some cards. The games, pretty standard. We've done that vintage hands down before. A couple of those games were half price, so they were like $1.50, which is a no-brainer, especially if they're ones we've sold before. Then there's one of the bags is filled with a bunch of weapons, toys. I think I saw some Imaginext weapons in there and some other various weapons. I don't know yet much about these things, but there was quite a bit in there, and if nothing else, it'll be fun to go through. And then the other bag was Alpha Bots. I've mentioned those before in another video. Anytime I see those, I try, if there's enough in the bag, I try to pick them up. There was plenty in this bag to make it worthwhile. I might actually see if I can make a full set and put it up for like 30-40 bucks. And then lastly, it was some Digimon cards. I don't know cards very well, like Pokemon and those kinds of things. But that's kind of one more area where I'm tempted to get into, and this looked like something that I could learn from, if nothing else. So yeah, so that's what I got there. So that was what, 7? So I think I'm up to 30, 4 stores, 30 items. I should be at 40, but like I said, that goose egg at the first store kind of hurt me. But maybe I can make it up on the next, what do I got, 4 stores? So here we go. All right, not too bad here. Got 10 games, and most of it is stuff that we've sold before. A couple things to point out. I think 3 of those were Cranium games, old Cranium games. A lot of the Cranium games go for pretty good money. So if you see Cranium out there, definitely look them up. Especially the games that are not the original Cranium. I think the original Cranium has like clay, and it's more like just a regular board game. But they came out with a bunch of other games, and it's those other games that tend to be worth picking up. We see that Balloon Lagoon and Hunu and Zoorika on a pretty regular basis, and people are still buying them. So, and those are ones to look out for. Also got a couple 3M bookshelf games. A lot of thrift stores think those are worth tons of money, so they price them at ridiculous prices. Some are worth picking up, especially if you can get them at a reasonable price. These weren't too bad, so I picked them up. So yeah, so now let's see. I'm not sure what my total is at. I think I was at 30, so now I'm at 40. 5 stores, 40 games, 3 more stores to go. All right, on to the next. All right, I got a few things here. I got 3 games and 2 toys. One was a really old Tinker Toys set, and it actually had the figure in it, so figured ended up being 99 cents. It was 50% off. And the other stuff was all 25% off. So that dish full of Lego, it's actually a Pyrex dish with the lid. So I figured it ended up being $6. So I figured between the Legos and the Pyrex dish, that was worth picking up. This was a Salvation Army, so I don't see that kind of stuff at Goodwill. So when I see those here, it's not tons of money, but I like seeing these things because I don't see them at other thrift stores. So yeah, so another 5. So that brings my total to 45. I've got 2 more stores. It's not looking like I'm gonna get to 80 today. But we'll see how these next 2 stores pan out. So on to the next. All right, we did all right here. I did all right. No one else is with me. I don't know why I said we. I did all right here. Ended up with 12 total units, 9 games, and 1 Playmobil set, and then those 2 Simpsons Halloween decorations, window decor things. Looked them up. I've seen them for $30 up to $40 for those Simpsons things. So that was a cool find. That'll obviously go in our seasonal store. So yeah, one more store, so that brings my total to 57. I doubt I'll get to 80, but you know, if I have another good store like this one, maybe I'll get close. So on to the next store. All right, this was the last store. I ended up with 7 games, so that brings my total to 64. I ended with 64 games. My goal was 80, didn't quite make it. Actually, the worst, I went to 2 Salvation Armies, and both of those were probably my worst stores. So next time I do this route, I don't think I'll be going to the Salvation Armies. Probably just hit the Goodwills. If I had done that, I think I would have hit my 10 games per store. So, so yeah, so now I'm on my way home, and that's gonna be it for today. Just get these put away, ready to be gone through for my dad, and then I got some listening to do before my day is over. But anyway, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, go follow us on Facebook, Books and Boards, and I'll see you tomorrow.